You are listening to Renewed Day by Day with Pastor Ralph LaRosa. We are in our series called Christmas 2021 from the Gospel of Matthew. Pastor Ralph will bring us back to history and will talk about our supernatural Creator.
Okay, I want to talk first of all about our supernatural Creator. Because when we study the God-man, we're going to find out that Jesus Christ and His deity, along with the Father and along with the Holy Spirit, He's a creator, okay? Supernatural. So what is the difference between supernatural and natural? The natural laws of the universe is something that God set up, like the law of gravity, the law of aerodynamics. It may seem like a miracle to you that a plane can fly, but actually it's a part of the laws of nature. It's just that aerodynamics can overcome the law of gravity when something flies at a certain speed. So let's look at Genesis 1:1, and this is the beginning of the supernatural becoming a part of history. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, this is the beginning of time. God created, there's a supernatural power. The heavens, there's the invisible. And the earth, there's matter. So we have the beginning of time, matter, and space right there. Not only that, we have the beginning of motion. Okay? And so many other things. And it all starts with God. That's where you have to start with to understand God. That's why the Bible is a supernatural book. Now listen to what God did in just 6 days, and then He rested on the seventh to give us a pattern. Exodus 20:11. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth. Notice the importance of the heavens and the earth. It started out with just one heaven, and then He divided it. And the earth, and He prepared it for the highest of His creation, mankind made in His image. The sea and everything that's in it, and all that is in them, the sky, the birds of the air, all of those things. And then He rested on the seventh day. And one of the things that He set up that people don't understand sometimes, He set up the laws of nature. They didn't just pop into existence. They were created by God. He works through the laws of nature. And when He intervenes in the law of nature, we call it a miracle. He's just doing what's natural to Him, but we call it supernatural. Okay? And it means He has the power to intervene in the natural laws and suspend them or whatever He wants to do anytime He wants to do it. So let's look at the original creation, because many people complain that there's suffering and there's pain and there's death. Let's look at it. In Genesis 1:31, God saw all that He had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, and there was a sixth day, and then He rested on the seventh to give us a 7-day week. So what did God set up during that first week? He set up the natural laws. He set up the day and night cycle. He set up light. He set up the lights in the heavens, the stars and the moon and the sun. He set up the week. He set up the month. He set up the rest. He set up years. All of that is a part of His creation. And He governs it through the laws that He set up. And when He first set it up, there was no sin, no pain, no death. Do you see that? If you study Genesis 1:29 and 30, you'll find out that everything was vegetarian. And the animals were not even ferocious and didn't kill each other. It was an amazing time. Okay? And God set up these laws. Okay, let's look at the original corruption. Why do we live? And if you look at anything, at any period of time, if you look at the news, you look at history, you look at what's going on around the world is corrupt. Every election we find corruption. And every system you can imagine, although it tries to do good things, there's corruption. Where did the corruption start? The original sin led to pain, suffering, death, hell, and the corruption of the earth as we know it. Remember, when God's original creation, it was perfect. But he gave man the ability to choose. And he warned him. Let's look at this. In Genesis 2:16 and 17, he warned man of the consequences of eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And when in Genesis 3:6 the man and woman ate of that tree, you may think it's nothing. But this is rebellion against the creator of the universe. He gave them one law, and they broke it. And we are still suffering the consequences. But don't blame Adam and Eve. We make our own choices to sin. Okay? And even though Satan tempt them, listen to Romans 5:12. Wherefore, as by one man, not angelic creatures, one man, sin entered into the world, and death by sin. And so death is passed to all men because we all make choices to sin. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. We've fallen short, we've transgressed, we've rebelled, we're so in debt we could never pay it. And Hebrews 9:27 says, it is appointed unto man once to die, men, women, children, once to die, but after this a judgment. Anybody that's old enough to make choices will stand before God in judgment. And we have to be ready.
Thank you for joining us today. Pastor Ralph will continue his lesson about the miracles of Christmas tomorrow here in Renewed Day by Day with Pastor Ralph LaRosa. God bless you, stay healthy, and Merry Christmas!